Hey everyone, welcome to Learn to Write Sci-Fi. We have finally reached day 29 of this 30-day video challenge that I was doing 30 days straight to release a tip every day for you guys to be able to move further down the road of actually becoming a self-published sci-fi author. Now, today, I just wanted to talk about descriptions for your actual listing of your actual short story product. My hair looks a little crazy on camera. Anyway, so you're writing a short story. If you've been following all the different tips that I've been releasing, right? So you're writing a short story that's probably between 40 to 100 pages if you went to the really high side. And, you know, since you're writing completely just a digital book, you don't have to worry about writing like the back of the book or certain other things. But the description of your book is still very important. And that's sort of the same type of content that you would put on the back cover if you had one. So, you know, we've talked about covers being very, very important. Covers are a big deal. And I'm doing more of my own work into that. And you need to pay someone, unless you're an artist, you need to pay someone to get you a really good cover. You need to work on that title. The title, though, you can kind of work with a little bit and experiment because, you know, this is a short story. So if this one doesn't do the best, it's not the end of the world. You spend a couple more weeks, you can release a new product. But you want to always try to learn from wherever you were so that you can improve and have a better and better stance going forward. With that said, descriptions, in my opinion, they matter, but they don't. A lot of people are probably going to look at, you know, the picture of the cover, how nice it is. That's going to catch them first. The title is probably going to interest them. So if they read it, you know, and it's something like, you know, I don't know, Bunny at the candy factory, but it's got like explosions on it. I mean, that may or may not actually, that could be an interesting book cover. But you know what I mean? As far as like the book title not going with the book cover or the book title just being really boring sounding, that could kind of keep people away. The description is your opportunity to kind of like entice them and sell them on the rest of the book. Yes, if you have reviews, you know, sometimes, honestly, once I hear about a book from an author, sometimes I just like skip right down to the reviews because I already am interested in that author. So I've looked them up on Amazon specifically, looking for their book. And then it doesn't really matter because I already know what the book is about because I heard them talk about it or there was a promotion or something. So I've already kind of got the description down. So I just skip right to the reviews. But if it's, you know, off the, you know, you're scrolling and you just run into them, you have no idea what it's about, the description is important. I would say for a short story, I wouldn't go crazy with it. You don't want to give away the ending. If you do my method of things, you should have one or several plot twists. So you really want to be careful to not give anything away, you know, and ruin it. With that said, I mean, you only got so much interesting content to entice people with. So sometimes what I'll do is I only write a couple lines for one. Two, I just try to make it sound exciting where I sort of talk about the character a little bit. So I try to think of situations or other marketing that I've heard and just try to ham it up a little bit. Not exaggerate, not, you know, faking or lying about anything that's actually in there, but just really trying to make it sound exciting. If you make it sound dull or boring, you know, if I'm a customer and I'm looking at your stuff, I'm probably going to pass by because if you don't make it sound like it's going to be fun, then it might not be. And I know some of us, we have a tendency, I do, to downplay our work or downplay our creativity, but your description needs to be exciting. You need to make it sound like something somebody wants to buy. You know, if you just say, it's a story about this guy who, you know, he's a farmer and he's gonna run into some pirates or something and, you know, it's gonna be crazy. That sounds, you know, incoherent and not really exciting. But if you really jazz it up and really spend some time thinking about, okay, well, how can I make this sound like one of the most epic short stories possible? I I would mention in the description that it is a short story. Yes, they can look and they can see the page count, but unless you're leaning more towards the novella, which is more around the 100-page count, if you're more like 40, yeah, I mean, people might look at the pages anyway because of the price point if you're lower, but myself, I'm kind of more concerned that someone's going to buy it and be upset. If they do, I mean, I've done what I can. I've already said it's a short story. I've already priced it low enough that it's reasonable. I'm making a bit, they're getting a good deal. I wouldn't say though in the description of the book that it's a short story. The reason being is when you go, which we're going to discuss a little bit more tomorrow, when you go to actually list your book or your short story, there is actually a subcategory underneath sci-fi that is short stories. So if somebody runs into your content, I'm already doing reasoning in my mind that they've kind of found me because they're looking at short stories. So I don't want to sort of put short story also in the title because I don't want to sort of scare people away. Because some people really like short stories. Other people aren't going to be super interested necessarily because they're like, short story, it's kind of too short to kind of really get into things. So I don't want to market against myself, right? So make the description sound really exciting. Make it sound like something someone wants to buy. The other thing that I do is, so like with my series Revelations, I will put a description or, not a description, but a little blurb of what the story is about. And then below that, I'll say what Revelations is. Because I know that, anybody that's just finding me has never heard of Revelations before, has no idea what that is. So if I can do a tiny little bit of thing of educating them on what Revelations is, make it sound really exciting, like this is a really cool universe, this is where you as the reader, you want to be. There's a lot of adventures, there's a lot of, exciting missions and everything, make it sound fun. So I'm trying to make a really nice blurb promoting the book, and then another little blurb promoting Revelations specifically. So that way I'm sort of educating them on the story, making that sound fun, and then also on the universe being fun. Just something that I do. I'm really excited. I got my brand new book series about ready to be released, coming out next week. If you're interested, I'm giving away the first book to everybody on my email list. Next week I'll be emailing it out. If you would really like to check it out, it's free, right? There will be a comment down below if you're on Facebook, and if you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description. All you have to do is just join the email list. I'll send it to you automatically as a thank you, and we'll go from there. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you'd like to follow us on Facebook, it's Learn to Write Sci-Fi, and then on YouTube, it is White Light Media. I'm really excited about tomorrow's video because tomorrow's video is all about actually setting up your Amazon account and hitting the publish button. You guys have watched, some of you have watched from the beginning, and as I'm trying to grow this channel and then my Facebook page and everything else, and I'm really excited to see where things are going to be moving forward. So, all right, guys, talk to you all again tomorrow.